I have here a beautiful prime rib. You probably saw our other video on dry aging a rib roast, or this is actually a boneless rib eye. It's choice grade, so it's actually neither prime nor a rib because it has the bones taken off. We've trimmed it up. You saw how we did that. It's gorgeous. It's about 4.5 pounds. And the way I like to roast prime rib without fail is slow roasting it. I've got my oven preheated to 200 degrees, and this will take about, I don't know, 2-3 hours to roast very slowly. The only problem with slow roasting prime rib, because it's perfect in every way, except that it doesn't get you that brown crusty exterior. So we have a solution for that. You can put a small one like this in a large frying pan and get it nice and brown all over the outside before you put it in the oven. That's absolutely fine. You could start it in the oven at a very, very high temperature. That works too, but you run the risk of the outer circle of meat being a little bit overdone. So we take out my friend, the torch. And as you'll see, it's a very simple matter to get some nice color on the outside of the roast quite quickly. You just want to brown it up a little. See how pretty? You could easily do this in a frying pan. If you don't have a pan big enough, though, this is a great solution. Okay, now that he's nicely browned, we're going to season him up. We didn't do that before because sometimes the seasonings or spices can burn, and we don't want that to happen. So we're going to dust him lightly with a little bit of my seasoned salt blend. The recipe is on the website if you want to make it yourself. If you don't feel like making it yourself, let us know. We'll be happy to send you some. Let's get this on all sides. And some seasoned pepper as well. Also on the website, available to you. Doesn't need much more than that. Thermometer goes in. It's still completely raw on the inside. And into a 200-degree oven for about a half an hour a pound, but we're going to monitor the temperature very carefully. When he hits 125, we're taking him out of the oven. Well, our boneless rib eye is now at about 125, 126, and I'm going to take it out of the oven and I'm going to let him rest for about a half hour. Well, my boneless rib eye has been sitting for about a half hour now, and as you can see, the temperature has risen to almost 130 degrees while it's been sitting. The great thing about the slow roast method is it comes in for a very, very soft landing. 129, 130 is perfect, medium, medium rare. And the good news here is that if your guests are late or your roast gets done early, you can put this into a 140-degree warming oven and let it sit for almost 12 hours or even longer, and it will maintain that perfect temperature. It won't get overcooked, and it can just remain there indefinitely until you're ready for service. This is how the famous prime rib restaurants manage to wheel those carts around for an entire dinner service and not have the roast get overcooked. But let's go take a look at it and see how it looks. Looks pretty nice. Now you can see it's lost a tiny bit of juice down into the bottom of the tray. This isn't going to ooze out a tremendous amount of juice the way you would if you did a very high temperature roast, because the juice stays in the meat. What this means is if you want the au jus or the sauce that goes with it, you're going to have to make it separately. You can do that using beef stock. There's a million recipes all over the web, and you can find out how to do that. Maybe we'll do another video on that later. But let's take the thermometer out and cut into this little bad boy and see how we did. Now the end pieces, as is typical, will be slightly more well done, but they're not going to be well done. They're just going to be a little more done than the interior. So let's cut off a slightly more well done piece for my wife, who likes it a little bit more than I do. More cooked. Oh, even that. Look at that. It's just perfectly pink all the way through, very even. Not with that gray ring around the outside and raw in the middle. Really fantastic. Let's make another nice slice here. Oh, look at that. Look how juicy. It's perfectly pink, evenly pink all the way through, unbelievably juicy. Man, that is just the best rib eye you're ever going to have. It's called, no matter what you call it, prime rib, standing rib roast, boneless rib eye. This is a roast for a king. Enjoy.